All right. We have Crimson Riot here, and they're from Las Vegas, Nevada. They are a punk band. We got Roxy Gunn on vocals and guitars, Chris King on bass,
Chris Reject.
Reject on bass, and Ryan Hammond on drums.
That's it. Yeah, you're correct.
Ryan J.
Ryan J.
All right. So the first question is, how did the name Crimson Riot come about?
Funny. It's funny.
Yeah, the name of our band came about very quickly and it's a very interesting story.
Was it really quickly?
It was
It was-
pretty quick.
Once we got in, yeah.
Yeah,
It was like 3 hours.
It was well, it was pretty quick. But so what had happened was so we also work as a cover band here in Vegas.
Roxy Gunn Project.
As the Roxy Gunn
Correct.
Project,
Yeah,
right?
for a day
And
job.
we had an original band under the same name for a long time, for about 7 years. And our guitar player that we had left, and he was like, you guys are going on tour and stuff, but why take a band that's not functioning? You guys should probably start something new. So we're like, okay, well, what do we do? So we talked about it for a few hours, and we were kind of throwing out names and this and that and this and that. So I just kind of blurted out, well, what about Crimson Riot? And he goes, I like it. So I'm like, all right, well, it's 5:30 in the morning, so I'm going to go to bed. So go to bed, come downstairs. We all lived together at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I come downstairs, and he comes out and goes, all right, I've got the Facebook, I've got the Twitter, the website, the shirts, blah, blah. And
Here's
we're like,
the logo.
yeah, and we're like, for
Whole
what?
thing.
And he goes, for Crimson Riot. And I said, oh, so that's what we're going with?
Yeah. I mean, we had like 7 different names, and we kept getting stuck on, we're like something with red. And then we were thinking about like something like, we're rising from the ashes of old, so we thought about Phoenix and stuff like that. And we're like, well, there's so many bands that use that Age of Phoenix or Phoenix TX who got sued.
Yeah.
And so we're like, you know what? What we do? So Ruby Riot,
Yeah.
Well, we used
Red
that.
Riot.
We started with that name generator.
And
Yeah, we actually
Which
did
is
the
even
online
horrible.
band
It was a
generator. It was
joke.
terrible.
It started kind of as a joke. We were using this online band name generator. So you put in like 2 words and then it like spits out whatever.
So-
So-
keywords, and it gives you like different things.
So yeah, so we had Ruby Riot at first.
Red Riot, Ruby
Yeah, so
Riot.
we had like, it was spitting out these things and we're like, okay, and then we're like, and then she's like Crimson and I'm like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, Scarlet Riot.
Oh yeah,
was one.
yeah.
So
So we had
he stayed up all night long
All night
making
long.
everything. So
Made
like
everything.
the logo, everything.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like
So we're like,
every
I guess
every
this-
single
He's like,
thing.
I invited people to like the page, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess that's what we're
Yeah.
doing then.
And then we found out it was an anime character, and we had no
Way
idea. We
later.
still don't, like, yeah, it was
Really?
like a week
yeah,
later.
on
We're
My
like,
Hero Academia.
I searched it. I searched the name first to make sure that there wasn't like,
Like a
a
band.
band already that was like, happened. So I find from like 5 years ago, there was a bunch of kids that were like in a like high school Battle of the Bands thing. They called themselves that. But there's like one little video, and I'm like, okay, there's nothing else about this at all.
Yeah,
I
for
never
the last
found.
5 years they haven't posted anything.
No,
not
it was
anything.
just for a Battle of the Bands. It was just a group of kids for school or whatever. That anime thing never came up, so I never saw it
That's
until
so
until
weird.
weeks
Yeah.
later when all of our stuff started populating through the internet, and then I was searching to see make sure our stuff was in there in Google and all that, and then I start seeing this weird red-haired character, and I'm like, what is this thing? And sure enough, yeah, it was this anime character. I'm like, whoops.
Yeah.
So.
But it's kind of cool because we actually gained a few fans because of that.
Because
They're
of
like,
that.
oh, did you know about this? We're like, yeah, we kind of found out after the fact. They're like, oh, that's cool. Your music's kind of cool.
Yeah,
they were like, all right.
yeah,
That
some
works.
people were like, oh, you guys are gonna get sued, and we're like, well, we are
That's
different.
not trademarked though. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Our
not
show
because
is
we spell it
trademarked.
differently.
Yeah, and also that.
Do
How
we?
is it spelled?
Oh yeah, we use the exclamation
Exclamation.
point.
Oh, the
instead of
exclamation
I,
point, yeah.
So it's actually a different word.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're off the hook of that.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. So second question: when was
Oh, yeah.
Crimson Riot formed?
Well, July
July
of
of
2 years ago. So.
Yeah. 2017.
2017 in
yeah,
August.
July.
August
Okay.
Well,
2017.
July. Our first show was August 3rd, 2017.
Yeah, so about July.
Yeah, we actually started the band, wrote
9 songs.
9 songs in 2 weeks, and
And
then
recorded 3 of them.
Yeah.
and then played our first show, and then a month after we started the band, we were out on tour. Our first show on August 3rd was with the Bomb Pops.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a good way to start off a new band. It's like, oh, by the way, you're opening up for this national band. It's like, okay.
It's like, that's cool. We've
We're
had a
down.
week to practice the songs we just wrote.
Yeah.
But
That
it
is
worked out
cool,
great.
though.
It worked out okay.
It worked out well.
What got you guys into the music industry?
Oh, Lord.
I've been doing it for 17 years here in Vegas. I mean, I've been playing music my whole life, but playing out in bands and doing different things for about 17 years.
Birth.
Yeah, birth
Yeah.
for me too.
Birth.
Yeah. No, we come from a very musical family, all the way back to like my great grandfather. His grandfather just turned 101,
Oh wow.
and he still plays the piano. And like from there all the way down, everybody in our family plays. So
My aunts, uncles, cousins,
my
sister,
brother, my brother.
my son.
Yeah,
No one in my family played music except for me. My mom was a dancer. That's
you're
about
the
it.
oddball.
I am, yeah.
That's
All
okay.
right.
So a long time.
Long
Yeah.
time. Just, I mean, yeah. Just family influence, regular musical influence.
Yeah, that's.
That's pretty much it.
I just.
Well, you did like marching band and stuff in high school
Well,
too. so you kinda had the whole-
I've been playing music my whole life.
Right,
I mean,
right. You did a lot of stuff
I
too,
mean,
like me.
my parents put me. I took piano lessons when I was like 6 or 7, and I hated it. I hated my
most kids do that
teacher.
age.
I didn't
Oh.
hate the music. I hated my teacher. But then when I was in elementary school, I was in the choir, and then in middle school I did band and marching band, and
Yeah, so
you
you
know,
got
all the way
that whole
through,
thing
yeah.
kind of like me, yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. All right, so there.
yeah,
Yeah.
a long time.
A long time.
I mean, collectively between the three of us, it's
100
like
years.
yeah,
At
100
least,
years of
yeah,
music.
at least.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Just about.
I love the name for the album you guys are coming out with, Classy Punk for Trashy People.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
made you come up with that name?
Again, something I just blurted out because I thought it was funny. It just kind of popped into my head because, you know, we're not necessarily your typical punk rock band. Like, we play to a click track to keep ourselves on time. Most bands don't do that because it's just kind of like, okay, 1, 2, 3, go. And which is fine. That's like the normal way to do it, but we kind of refine what we're doing just because we're so used to it. Because we
Yeah.
play with a metronome when we play with Roxy Gun Project, so we're just used to being all together on time. So we started doing that with this too. And so, you know, we were joking around one day and we said something about like classy punk is like our genre, which made no sense, but we just laughed about it. And so when we were talking about the album name, I was like, how about classy punk for trashy people? And again, he was like, perfect, I'll make the album, I'll make the album cover. And I'm like,
we had
what?
a reason for
We
that.
had a reason too. The picture.
yeah, the picture.
Jeremy, the drummer from Phat Tigers,
Love him.
was at where we get our shirts printed at, and he was there and he took this picture. He was like, "Hey, I found this in the trash," and it was one of the screens that had our patch logo on it. And it, you know, because we weren't ordering anymore, so they were throwing it out. They were cleaning the warehouse out, so they threw it, and there's all this trash around it, and it was just like so artistic.
Yeah.
And so
Perfect picture.
Yeah, so
Sent me.
that's what our cover is a picture of our stuff.
And I
in
had
the
that
trash.
forever. I had it for what, like
You're-
a year?
Yeah, you're like, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that on my desktop on my computer for like a year.
And first we wanted to make t-shirts or stickers from it. We were
Yeah,
like,
'cause that
well,
was
let's
really fun
see,
looking.
kind of like, once we get that going, we'll see.
So
And
fun.
then when he had that picture, we were like, oh,
Oh my gosh,
that could be
right.
the album cover.
Yeah.
So now it's the album cover.
Nice.
Yeah.
How many songs are on the album?
11.
11 songs.
tunes.
We recorded them in 3 days. 11 whole songs in
Yeah.
3
Dang,
days.
guys.
You know, I'm gonna throw a little bit of shade. Well, we recorded 11 songs in 3 days, and Jerk is still recording theirs. Like, they started months before us, and we're done, ready for an album release, and they're still finishing up their album. Come on, Jerk.
Refinement. Yeah.
Or are they writing as they go though?
No.
Or, oh, they're good to go. They're just
I think they wrote like 3 songs in the studio.
okay.
But
Well, that's
yeah.
fair though.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends how
we'd
you
already,
do it.
Yeah, we'd already played all of our songs
Yeah, we were ready
multiple
to
times
go.
for shows and whatnot, so we were just like in, boom, do it, done. So, yeah, but
I'm
it
just
sounds really
I'm
good.
throwing some shade at Jerk. We're going on tour with them next month. So.
What media platforms is it going to be on?
Everything.
All of them.
Name one.
Yeah, it'll be on every media platform you can imagine.
What's the one that we're on? We're on an Australian streaming
We're
platform.
on a bunch of weird foreign ones.
What Deezer,
Deezer?
something
Deezer,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Australian streaming.
I guess it's like
That's
I guess
good
it's
for
based on
you.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, to get some international reach. Absolutely.
Yeah.
some musica, some Spanish
Oh,
one. We're on a
nice.
Spanish.
Oh, nice.
It's like they're all like funky foreign iTunes basically.
Yeah.
Even though
Okay.
iTunes goes everywhere, but they're
Mhm.
like these kind of
I like that.
So it's more like funky
or
foreign
like
Spotify.
Spotify. Yeah, they're like foreign Spotify is what it would be like. So some of them I can't even look to see if we're there because I have no idea how to look on there.
I don't know what
Because
that says.
I don't know the language or whatever. But
I
there's
don't
a
speak Dutch. I don't know what this says.
Well, Dutch I can figure out, but it's like the Asian ones are very difficult.
Yeah,
Oh
it's-
yeah,
their
'cause
whole
the,
thing is
yeah,
very different.
The characters. Are,
Yeah, and there's no way to switch to like
Oh,
English.
dude, send it to me. I can figure it out.
Good
I-
luck.
Send it to Marie.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I got some people that
I don't even know what language it is. I don't know if it's Korean or
Have to
what. I
figure
have
it
no
out.
idea.
Yeah,
I think it's
just
Korean.
figure-
actually.
dude.
Figured out.
Yeah.
I'm watching too much
Anyway.
Black Kenny.
So yeah,
Is there
so
go-
everywhere.
Okay.
CD, digital download, eventually vinyl.
Yeah, vinyl's gonna be
A
like
little down the road.
very special orders and all that because it's not cheap anymore.
Definitely not cheap.
Yeah.
All right, so I see you guys are drinking Starbucks. What's your favorite Starbucks drink?
Currently, whatever this is, because oh my gosh,
Is
this
that
is
cookie
amazing.
crumble?
Is that the cookie one?
Yeah, it's a
Like a Oreo.
mocha cookie crumble frappuccino,
Fantastic,
and it's
yeah.
delicious.
I
don't usually drink cold drinks because I have to sing typically, so usually hot drinks, and I make my own hot drink at Starbucks. It is a vanilla latte with half regular milk and half sweet cream, and it's delicious. And that's usually my go-to, but this is amazing.
vanilla iced coffee, whatever, sweet cream.
Yeah, sweet
cold
cream
brew.
vanilla cold brew for this
I like
guy.
whatever has caffeine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I mean, we are
We're
massive
coffee
drinking.
hounds.
Yeah. On our RV, we have a coffee pot that
People think Dave Grohl drinks a lot of coffee. Oh
Oh,
no.
no.
Fresh pots.
Fresh pots.
Fresh pot.
Jameson and coffee. That's
That's
what we run on.
Rounded diet.
It's an Irish diet.
It's an
Irish
Irish
diet.
diet.
None of us are Irish.
I know.
Weird.
Well, I got a little bit of Irish in me.
What advice would you give to up and coming musicians?
Don't do it.
Don't do
Different.
it. Don't.
That's
No,
horrible.
no, I'm just
We
kidding.
just played for a bunch
No,
of
no, no,
children
no, I
the
know.
other day.
No, that's true. That's true.
My biggest advice would be to be smart about what you're doing and really be picky about what you're doing, because so many people are going to offer you things and it's going to be bad. It's going to be so bad. And so just really don't be desperate, I guess, is another thing too, because
Yeah.
there's going to be people that are like, I can promise you this and this and that, and it's just you're gonna find yourself in a world of hurt. So I
Watch
mean,
our video for hurt.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, there've been offers passed across the table to us so many times that are just bogus, completely bogus, and I'm so glad that I didn't sign on to that, because yeah, it would have been great for a minute until it starts to go down. So be smart, be picky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody actually came up to us after a gig, that was last month, I think. It was a couple of kids, and they asked me, they're like, what's the biggest advice? And I take the Dave Grohl advice is, don't get the best musicians. You grab your friends, the people that you like being around. You grab some instruments. You be loud, noisy, suck in your garage, but have fun with it. Because that's where magic is going to be made. If you're going out to find the best musicians, you're going to deal with egos. You're going to deal with this and that, and you're not going to be happy. I think that's why the three of us have been doing this for almost 9 years together collectively. I think that's why we get along, is because I'm not the best bassist in the world, but I fit with these guys because we have fun. We know what
we have a very interesting chemistry that works, I think, beyond the normal situation of just finding a bunch of people and putting them together.
Mm-hmm.
So
Find people that you want to spend 2 weeks in a van with.
Yeah, in the bus,
That's
whatever.
really
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
If you
that's
can't
true.
stand half your band, bad things are going to
Yeah.
happen to you.
So my advice, actually, here's mine: learn your instrument, practice, learn how to tune it.
Tune your instrument. For the love of God,
Those
tune
are
know
your
my-
instrument.
what key
three
the song
things.
is in.
You know what key you're
That
playing, and
too,
also
yeah.
just
learn
a little bit.
Learn a little bit of stuff.
a little
Yeah,
bit of stuff.
yeah. Learn your instrument, practice, tune it,
Tune your guitars
and your drums.
and your drums. Also learn how to tune your
God's
drums.
sakes. Okay, so there's that.
Tune these. Did I tune these?
Yeah.
I think I did.
Yeah. All right. So there's
That's
my
it.
advice.
That
Offer
concludes
advice.
my interview with Crimson Riot.
Ah, thank you.
Woo!